It's infusion day. On a bi-weekly basis, I have to give myself subcutaneous infusions of immunoglobulin. So I'm going to show you how I do that right now. First, I'm going to clear off this counter. So hold please. I just generally clean the space. I'm going to tilt you down a little bit. You want to make sure that the countertop is free of any sort of dirt or soil before you start the sanitization process, or I'm disinfecting technically. So I personally like this product. It is EPA registered to kill a ton of different things. So I'm going to spray this on and then I'm going to wait 10 minutes and we'll be back. My infusion buddy is hiding in the background. Now I gather my supplies. Sharps container, bag full of everything I need for the infusion. This is the Freedom infusion pump. Fun. So before I set everything up, I'm gonna wash my hands for at least 20 seconds. So I'm actually gonna show you how I wash my hands because I don't think a lot of people wash their hands really well. So, lather. Wring your hands together. Make sure you're washing the backs of your hands. In between the fingers, both sides, alternating. Back of the hand, in between the fingers. Other hand, same thing. Thumb, twist it. Kind of claw them together like this. Other way, fingertips. I swirl on the palm of my hand. One more for good measure. And then I rinse everything off. I know I left the water running to those of you that are like, oh my God, she left the water running. But that's because I don't want to touch the handle because I need my hands to be as clean as possible to do the infusion. Okay, so now that I'm done at my little sink, you're actually sitting in my big sink, which is the reason why I didn't use my big kitchen sink. I have a random small one, I didn't design it. Okay, so now, I'm gonna put on the gloves. And I know that this is a very odd angle, but it's because I'm exceptionally tall and I want you to actually see what I'm doing. Gloves on. So now I'm gonna start taking everything out and I'm gonna put it here. So I have the syringe, alcohol prep pads. I have the little fluid dispensing caps. You'll see what those are used for later. I have the medication. I'm currently on Hizentra. I specifically asked for the pre-filled syringes because I have arthritis and the vials are really hard for me. So I'm currently on 5 grams every other week. So now I have a towel drape, that's important. These are some Band-Aids, those will come in handy later. I'm gonna move those aside. And I have 2 more things that are important to the infusion, the precision flow rate tubing and the high flow. These are the actual needles. This is how I set up my infusion. Those of you who are different and we're not all taught the same way, this was how I learned it. If you see that I'm doing something wrong or it bothers you, just comment down below. I totally understand that I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, I'm just doing what people told me to do. All right, drape. So I'm gonna open that, and then I'm only gonna touch these little tiny corners because I need to open it and have the internal part of it that hasn't touched anything be my sterile field. All right, we see that? Fantastic. I'm gonna discard that trash. All right, I'm gonna open the boxes. I understand that these are needed, but they're really freaking annoying. Okay, so this is the medication. Now I'm gonna take it out of its little box. So immunoglobulin is actually a blood-based product. It's antibodies that are put together after people donate plasma. So if you're a plasma donor, thank you. I very well could be getting your antibodies this week. Okay, I'm gonna screw that together. Now I'm gonna place it in the field. I gotta keep the box though, because I gotta do something with the box later. I have to log it, but I can't show you how to log it because I have to use a phone app, and you currently are my phone, so I'm not gonna be able to log that for you. You just have to understand that that's something that I have to do, because sometimes these lots are recalled, or maybe they have a higher instance of blood clots. So it's really important to keep track of when you infused and what you infused. All right, here's a little baby one. All right, now the syringe, I'm gonna pull open that. All right, throw that down there. I'm gonna take the needles and the tegaderm, which is the stuff that is used to attach it. I'm gonna throw that in the field. I'm gonna open this, which is the tubing that attaches to the syringe. And these are how I get my infusion, from one syringe to the other, is these little things. All right, so syringe, little dispensing cap, syringe, little cap I have to put on like that. Then I just took off the top, right? So now I'm gonna take this little itty bitty Hizentra syringe and I'm gonna pull off the top. You do not wanna touch, when you're pulling off the top, either of those things, so that they can be sterile, so that you can screw them together. And then I slowly plunge the liquid into the syringe. Now you take that whole thing off. You don't reuse the same one. So, dispensing cap on. I know that it's kind of going in and out of focus. It's because I'm utilizing cinematic mode because it looks cooler, but now I know not to do that next video, but I can't change it now. We're going with this. Now I have the second syringe, and I have this other one that I, again, took the top off, but I did not touch. Now I have to take the top off the other one. All right, so now I'm gonna attach that. And now I'm gonna slowly put medication from one to the other. Please focus, there we go. Cool, right? So this is all my beautiful liquid that I love and that I appreciate anybody who's a plasma donor for. So now I'm just gonna tap it a little bit because there are bubbles in the top. No, we're not gonna focus. Cool beans. There's tiny little bubbles in the top. For subcutaneous infusions, the bubbles are not that dangerous. It's just air, it's uncomfortable because it goes underneath the skin, so it'll get absorbed. So right now, I'm holding this because I can't lay it down. The medication's in it. I can't recap it because all my caps, they're all over the place. So I'm holding it, but making sure not to touch the top. Now I'm gonna attach the first part of the tubing. So, ta-da! Tubing, yay. Now I'm gonna set that down because it's totally fine. It's all encapsulated. Now, the needles. Okay, so now I have my needles. So I got my needles, I got my other one that it needs to attach to. So now I'm going to attach them. See, voila. Okay, so now I have everything done. What you have to do next is prime this fluid down just until you're almost in the needle. You don't want to get it in the needle because that can cause a lot of irritation when you're trying to stick it into your skin, blah, blah, blah. So hold please while I put my weight into this and actually focus. So now I'm gonna take all this, I'm gonna throw it away. Because now we get to go to the next step. I put you up a little higher just simply because I'm going to end up moving the camera around. But I want to tell you that after I get everything ready, I utilize the Hizentra app and I'll scan these barcodes into the app. I know that it'll take about 90 minutes for my particular infusion to happen. And so today, I'm gonna do the infusion in the upper portion of my abdomen. I only have to do 2 sites. Some people have to do 4, some people have to do 8, maybe even more than that. It all depends on how much fluid you're actually infusing. That's what I'm gonna do now. If you do not like needles, then thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna show you that last part because I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant as to like how long the needle is and like exactly what's going on. I am gonna take it off cinema mode so that it's easier to see. If you don't like needles, trigger warning, needles next. Alcohol wipe, Tegaderm, and needle. That's all you need. I'm gonna show you how to do one, then I'm gonna do the other one off camera because it'll just be easier. And after that, I'm basically done and I'll just sit around for 90 minutes. I'm gonna take this little part right here. I'm gonna start in the center and I'm gonna go out. All right, now I'm gonna let it dry a little so the needle doesn't sting so much going in. Also, the drying is really the thing that gets rid of the germs. It's not just rubbing it on there, FYI. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to take off. So this is the needle. It's tiny. It's a little baby. Little tiny baby needle. Because it's only going subcutaneous. So now, I'm just gonna pinch the area and I'm gonna put in the needle and I'm gonna be a big girl about it. And voila. Put the Tegaderm over it. And then I'm gonna take off this portion because I don't need to date it because this is coming off in like another hour. And there you go. Now I'm gonna do the one over here. Okay, so now you can see that I have the 2 needles in my tummy. Awesome. But before I put this into the pump, I need to pull back on it to make sure no blood comes through. No blood. Awesome. I have the Freedom Pump. So I'm gonna take this with the numbers up. I'm gonna put it in there and then I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna forget about it for 90 minutes. See? Ow, it engaged. It just, ow. Ow, 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 ow. It's just shooting a little bit of the air that was in the rest of the needle into my stomach. I just pat it and then it goes away. And then I don't have to worry about it. So then I put this in this lovely stylish bag. See, put in stylish bag. Zip it closed. And it has a thing that you put around your waist. So that's what I'm gonna do. And look, it's super fancy. So thanks so much for joining me in this bi-weekly occurrence. Infusions are not that difficult to give yourself. So I would highly encourage anybody that needs to have them done to think about the fact that it will allow you a lot more freedom because I can at least stay at home in my PJs if I want and watch a nice television show for an hour and a half while I'm infusing every other week instead of going into an infusion center or having an infusion nurse come to my house. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.